Yeah. What's up? This is Germs, your boy, Germs Boxing, aka the Boxing Prophet. Whatever. Germs the rapper on Germs Instrumentals. Keep the statements monumental. Anyways, whatever. I want to talk about the other boxing fights that I wanted to go over right now in a minute. First of all, I wanted to talk about that new guy that was coming up, Keith Thurman. Somebody asked me what I think about Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman actually is a pretty solid up and coming prospect. Not a lot of times you see somebody who's flashy. I mean, not flashy, but he's a solid. He's humble. Well, not as humble when he's in the ring, but he's got the attitude. He's got the power, the speed. He's got the whole thing to go with it, like a package, like basically a moneymaker, And I think you guys are looking at a really solid student. He's not no typical American prospect where everybody want to bank on him. He's got probably like one skill. Now, this guy's got a lot of skills, so keep an eye out for this guy. Keith Thurman, he's the real deal. I believe so. First fight I wanted to talk about is Julio Diaz versus Amir Khan. We seen Amir Khan get upset. We seen him get iced by Danny Garcia. We see him get walloped by the dude from Washington, D.C. So, Amir Khan is not doing so good. He comes back and he gets dinged a little bit by that little guy. I forgot his name, but it doesn't matter. But bottom line is, a guy with short arms kept getting close to Amir Khan, and I think this whole time, Amir Khan might be a little bit overrated, just a tiny bit overrated. Like, basically, he's a B plus, B minus fighter, fucking around with the A plus pioneers or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I think, not pioneers. I meant whatever. Words are going loopy, but anyways, Amir Khan, I think he has a lot to prove, man. Not just to me, I mean to his fans. Every time he gets put into the fire, he loses it. Every time he gets close to the dude who wants to actually fight, he gets iced. He gets frozen stiff like a corpse, you know what I mean? Like a damn cadaver. I think Amir Khan, what he needs to do. This next fight with Julio Diaz, is he pretty solid dude? I mean, back in his day, early 2000s, late 90s, Julio Diaz was the shit. This is a late version of Julio Diaz, but if Amir Khan is not too careful, Julio Diaz can do something, but this is too late for Julio Diaz to do some sort of an upset. I mean, it does beat Amir Khan. Holy goddamn scheisse. Man, that'd be marvelous, especially for Mexican like Julio Diaz. But Julio Diaz, you're working with some speed. You're working with a little bit of pop, not power, like sluggish power. You're working with a little bit of a student mind professor right here, So I think that Amir Khan is gonna have to do what he does best. The thing with Amir Khan is that when he's really nervous, he gets on his tippy toes and he starts like trying to like flurry and shit. You know what I'm saying? If you see Amir Khan, he's like, he tries to like blender you right away, and then by the round 4 or 5, he's already tired. He's already there, and then like he gets hit. He gets hit a lot. He gets tired because he starts flirting. He tries to fight the way that Freddie Roach taught him. And he's supposedly blaming his losses on Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach ain't the one taking your punches. He ain't the one throwing your fists. You're the one. So when I see a fighter trying to look for all these excuses that, I lost because of this, I lost because of that, I didn't get a proper training camp, or I sprained my fucking pinky toe during a fucking fight like David fucking Hay. Sorry. But that's what I'm talking about. When there's somebody out there always looking for an excuse, you're not a real champion. And that's what I see when I see Amir Khan. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's going to win this next fight. But if he's not so careful, Julio Diaz is going to make him do the loop-de-loop when he gets him square on the chin. You know what I'm saying? Make him have some tea with that. Damn. Knock him out. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Amir Khan has enough. I mean, he's got to learn something. If he doesn't beat Julio Diaz, then we all going to know that he's a little fraud with a capital F. PH. Fraud with a PH. Don't respect him so much to give him the F. Fuck him, Sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm talking like a sailor today. Or a fucking truck driver, whatever you call him. No, sailors don't talk like that. Sailors talk like this. Hey, anyways, next fight I want to talk about is Ponce de Leon versus Abner Mares. Abner Mares, Ponce de Leon. I like Ponce de Leon. What was it? He was like from an ancient tribe, still living in the high mountains above sea level and shit. That comes down and starts fighting, whatever. Ponce de Leon is a nice little slugger. I like his little awkward style. He's like, he's like a little Mayorga. He reminds me of like a little tiny Mayorga. Big old hands, big old punches, slow as shit. But when he lands, you cripple. He's gonna fight. What's his name? Abner Mares. Abner Mares is gonna probably. He has the ability to knock out Ponce de Leon in the first round, because Mares is that little gangster. He's like a little gangster, peewee. Who punched his way. His way out of the barrio. Started knocking out the bigger heads. Put him in the ring, and he starts dominating. He surprises me. Abner Mares, when I first started seeing him, when he was first Golden Boy Promotions, I was like, this is a cat that we should be looking at, because this guy's got the skills, and if you punch him, he's got the Mexican, and he's got power. So it's like, damn, you got everything with Abner Mares, like a little Chiquita, like a little Chiquita. What his name is? I forgot his name. Chiquita Gonzalez, was it? But anyways, yeah, that's what he reminds me of, like a little miniature version of what Jorge Arce used to be, but without getting hit so much like Jorge Arce. I think Abner Mares, Ponce de Leon. If Ponce de Leon catches Abner Mares early in the fight, if he catches him early and hurts Ponce de Leon, Abner Mares, it can be a good Mexican war. But I think Mares has enough skill to catch Ponce de Leon before he even gets to a war. So I think that Abner Mares is going to get crippled like around round 4, round 5 by Abner Mares. After a nice little scuffle here and there, you're going to see Ponce de Leon bing and ding. Abner Mares here and there, scuff, snuff, and everybody's going to go ooh, ah. They're going to see some power. But it's not going to be enough to knock out Mares. Mares has that Mexican in him. He's got his own power. And you're going to see Ponce de Leon get crippled again like he does when he does get crippled. Okay? So, the next fight that I want to talk about is, I don't even know who this guy is. But Vladimir Klitschko is going to fight, what's his name? Pinaeta. He might as well be a Pinaeta. Klitschko versus Pinaeta. Because he's going to beat that shit out of that ass until it breaks that candy ass. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know who this Pinaeta is. I was too lazy to look him up on YouTube. But just looking at his name, Pinaeta rhymes with Pinata, and we don't know who the fuck it is. I think it's just gonna be another Klitschko opponent. Klitschko always just has to do what Klitschko does best. It says I don't even know how tall he is or anything. You know what? Let me look at his height and his thing right now. I'm looking at Pinaeta. It says Pinata. That's funny. Pinaeta. Klitschko. It keeps saying Pinata. You know what? Forget about it. I keep saying Pinata. Whatever. So I just think that Klitschko is gonna be an easy win for Klitschko because I don't know who it is. We don't know who it is, and it might be another Jean-Marc Marmec little snackaroo here and there. Pinaeta. Are you serious? I can't find this guy's name. Really? I'm getting mad right now, man. Hold on. Just give me a second. Klitschko versus Pinaeta. How hard can that be? Ooh, Vladimir. You know what? I'm getting mad now. No, forget about it. You know what? I'm not even gonna do it. Whatever. Anyways, Pinaeta. Klitschko's gonna beat that candy ass to bits. Whatever. I don't even know who it is. This is a blind prediction. The first time I do a blind prediction, he's just got to keep doing what he's doing. Keep a 6-foot frame up, straight, outside, jab, gets too close, grab him, gets him out, jab, gets too close, grab him, gets out. As soon as he times him, bam. As soon as he hits him, jab, bam. As soon as he hits him, bam, gets too close. He's not Lewis. He's not going to uppercut. What is he going to do? Grab him. Then he gets out, jab. And eventually that cross is going to come like a fucking sledgehammer, like Thor's mallet, across the chin. Eventually breaks his opponents down. That's the way it always works. Okay, so that's what's gonna happen with Pinaeta. Anyways, the last fight I want to do the prediction with on this video, because I have another video coming up right after this one. I'm recording another one, but the last fight I'm predicting on this video is gonna be Guillermo Rigondeaux versus Nonito Donaire. Now, finally, you see, this is gonna be a tough one. Rigondeaux, what is he? He's like less than 10 fights, 11 fights, and already was a champion at 8th fight or 9th fight or whatever. But he's got the most solid amateur background. What is it? 200 and something wins and 2 losses? I forgot what it was. But he's got, you know, don't take my word for it. Look it up if you really want to know. But Rigondeaux is one of the most solid Olympians that I've seen in a long time. Olympians. You know Olympian? I mean amateur boxers. I don't know why I said Olympian. But amateur boxer. He's one of the most solid, fundamentally sound amateur boxers. The thing with this guy, El Chacal, the crab, I don't know what his style is, because sometimes he's boring as shit. You know? And you see why he is undefeated, because he doesn't punch until you do something. You know, he doesn't do nothing. He adapts to you. You know, he's like a poor man's Floyd Mayweather. You know, and when he do get, you know, in like his last fight, he surprised me by knocking the other dude down in the first round. Like, he went for it. When he punches hard. But when he's not punching, but he boxes you still, because he'll sit there and not throw a punch the whole round. In the last 10 seconds, if you throw a punch, he'll counter that and then beat you. That's just how it is. He just waits and waits and waits until you throw a punch. So now, how are you going to be waiting against another counter puncher? There's 2 counter punchers. You got Nonito Donaire, who's a counter puncher who'll wait. But the thing is, Nonito Donaire lately has been looking for the knockout punch. And that's going to be dangerous against Rigondeaux. If he looks for the knockout punch, he's going to give himself a lot of moments open against Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux, whatever you want to call his name. Rigondeaux, this guy is sharp with his counter punches. And so is Donaire. That's why it's going to be a chess match. Like, you know, it's going to be intense. Some people are going to say it's boring, but I'm going to say it's intense, because to me, you see, a lot of people say it's boring. That's because they want to just see slugfest and you're just looking for knockouts and stuff. They're not appreciating the little fundamental things that they're doing. When the dude's just concentrated, does a jab, does another jab, the other guy blocks, tries to counter that, the other guy counters the counter, no punches land. To me, that's thrilling, because I know what it's put in. I know what kind of emotions are high. It's like being on pins and needles sometimes. Sometimes I'm more on pins and needles watching those kind of fights than I am watching an all-out war. Because when I'm watching an all-out war, it's more like, oh, like a ride. Whoa! It's like a roller coaster ride. I know what I'm expecting. Here comes the big loop. Whoa! You know, you see it coming. But watching a fight with 2 counter punches is like watching a horror movie. It's like, what's gonna happen? I wonder what, you know what I mean? Like, it just hits you out of nowhere. You know, like it's explosive. That's why I love Vladimir Klitschko. I love Vladimir Klitschko because it's like one of those, you know, boring, explosive. You know, so it's. I love watching 2 counter punches box it out sometimes. When I saw Barrera versus Morales, I was expecting 2 counter punchers, and it turned into a war. You see what I'm saying? Because both Mexicans came out of both dudes. And it didn't let the counter punch happen. But with Nonito Donaire and Rigondeaux, the fighter here is somewhat Donaire, but I've seen Rigondeaux pop. That's the thing. I don't even know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who's gonna win. I thought I had a new winner. I was gonna say, you know, right before I was gonna say, I was like, Nonito, wait, Diaz, no, Nonito, no, Rigondeaux, no, Nonito. I still don't know who's gonna win. I'm just going to say draw, but I'm not going to go with that. Oh my God, who's going to win? That's why I want to watch this fight so bad. But the one thing is, I did see Rigondeaux get knocked down a couple times. I mean, last couple fights. And that was against a taller dude. So if Nonito can stay tall and get the Chacal to come inside, and keep Chacal from throwing punches, and just be the one that throws first, and then hopefully step out of the Chacal's reach, then I think Nonito can pull this off. I think Nonito can beat Chacal. Don't put your panties up in a bunch right now, because remember, when he knocked out Arce, that doesn't mean that he's spectacular again. Arce was already destroyed. Arce was expecting to get knocked out. He even said it in an interview, like, if I lose, then I'm going to lose to the best one. He was already talking like a loser, and he was fine by it. I'm fine to retire getting knocked out by the best left hook in my era. That means that I finished on top. To him, I understand that spirituality he's getting into, but basically he fought a fucking beanbag, and we shouldn't take that like we shouldn't give Nonito Donaire too much credit on that fight, because Jorge Arce was expecting to lose. So. But I think he does have enough for the taking. He does have the reach to stay out of Rigondeaux's reach. If Rigondeaux gets inside, and you see, the thing is with Rigondeaux, he's unexpected, and Donaire is I can see what he's gonna do. You know, he wants to pressure you, kind of like pressure you. He's a boxer puncher, to pressure you into throwing so he can counter that. So if and Rigondeaux, I've seen him excited a couple times during big fights, where he would start throwing wildly, and then he composes himself. Okay, so the bigger the fights, the different Rigondeaux acts. He doesn't act the same all the fights. The bigger they are, the more riskier he is, and I think he's gonna open up here a little bit, and I think he might get knocked down by Nonito Donaire. I really think so. Okay, so I'm going to give it to Nonito Donaire right now, just because, you know, it's 50-50. But because Nonito Donaire is taller, and Nonito Donaire has been in big events like this already, and he knows how to deal with the arena. He knows how to deal with the people. He knows how to deal with the noise, and the energy that's being pulsated with everybody's emotion. You know, he knows how to deal with that. Rigondeaux doesn't, not yet. So this is going to be his first time in the spotlight. So all these factors going against Rigondeaux, I think that's what's gonna make Nonito Donaire the winner. So that's that. That's the end of this video right here. So the next video I'm gonna do is the Pacquiao Marquez 5. So yeah, come back in a little bit. I'm gonna upload. I'm gonna do some breakfast for the baby and whatever. GERMZ rapper, GERMZ boxing. Oh yeah, I got a new Facebook thing right here. A new Facebook page. I'm not really a big time promoter. I don't care about getting likes. I don't care about getting ads or whatever. I only got like 5, 6, 7, 2, you know, maybe friends on the Facebook thing. You know, I don't really care much. I just do the videos because I love talking about boxing. You know what I'm saying? Then people always ask me to do it. So if you guys want, just add my page, Facebook.com/GERMZ boxing, JERMZ boxing. You guys know how to spell that shit, one word, I think. Yeah, add that, and I'll come back right now. If you want to listen to my music, GERMZ the rapper. Okay? Because, yeah, rapper as in rapper, not like Christmas rapper. But yeah, I'll be back with the other fights. Alright? Peace.